And so by the time I started having these hard conversations, it just didn't go well.
So to your point of what you said though, is that you feel like you had the perception that people looked at you as the bad guy,
Yeah.
or did you feel like the bad guy?
You can't be authentic. Get the fuck out if you can't be authentic. Get the fuck out if you can't be authentic. Yeah.
I just want to take a second to thank SMA Support Services for being a sponsor of Be Authentic or Get the Fuck Out. We could not do this without you, and we appreciate everything that you do. Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Be Authentic or Get the Fuck Out. I'm your host, Eric Obremt. We're going to have a good one today, kids. We have not done an episode for at least probably 4 seasons, I would say, that had anything to do with health and wellness and being better and just like keeping your body and your mind in check and moving in the right direction, right? None of us are getting fucking younger, so like we need to focus on the things that are going to make us better and give us the ability to live a life that we can actually enjoy and be part of. So I made a decision. I invited a friend of mine who I have been working with for a significant amount of time. We'll kind of dig into that, into how that started. But this individual has, he owns a gym, owns a CrossFit gym, is big into health and wellness, has helped me overcome a ton of fucking challenges in my life, and helps numbers of people inside of his organization do the same. And so I wanted to give him an opportunity to be able to speak to why he does that, some of the challenges that he's faced in that journey, and give you, the individual watching this fucking shit show, an opportunity to learn a little bit, from him as well. So I'm going to introduce my guest today, Trevor Baxter. Trevor, thanks for being here, buddy.
Yeah, thanks for the intro. That's awesome. Thanks for the invite.
Yeah, I just made all that shit up.
That was
just
great.
As we fucking went.
Yeah.
So, I think I'm getting better at this.
Yes, you are.
Yeah. Thanks for coming. Let's dig in a little bit. You and I met in what year? Like 2014, 15?
Yeah, it was Natalie joined your wife.
Yeah.
In 2015, and she was probably a year into it,
Yep.
maybe. And
Yep.
and then you ended up coming over and checking it out. So I think so. 16, 17, it was definitely before COVID.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So to tell everybody, you own CrossFit Elkhorn.
Yep.
And that was established in 2013.
2013 was the LLC, but we opened the doors in 2014.
Okay. And before that, you worked at Lifetime?
Yeah,
Is that right?
Yep. Just personal trainer, moved up as a manager in the company. They had these group training programs, and I was running those after a couple of years.
So how scary was it to pull the trigger to open up a gym on your own?
Well, it was scary in the fact that I had a baby and started the business at the same time.
Sure.
Right. So I had always wanted to be a business owner. I didn't know what until finding CrossFit in 2009.
Mm-hmm.
I graduated in college in 2007. So high school 2007, graduated in college in 2011. So it was a couple years finding CrossFit in college, and knew I wanted to do something in business and fitness, but didn't know until finding that. So was it scary? Yes. I was just more determined to get it done because I had to with a baby in the business.
Now, I can't imagine that you were fucking just banking at Lifetime. Like,
No, I mean,
where did you come up with the fucking money to even start?
Yeah, you just friends and family.
Okay.
Right? You got to just, I had 3 people and we had a partner at the time.
Got it.
That invested money. It was just so much easier in 2014 to get a loan.
Yes.
Right? And I had to make a decision, or my wife and I had to make a decision. Do we want to pursue a business or get a house? Because I couldn't do both at the same time.
Right.
Tax returns and things like that. So we went more the business route.
Smart.
Yeah. And then when she got pregnant, she's like, well, if you're going to do this, you have 9 months to do it. So I had a specific timeline, people involved. I already had a clientele a little bit, with Lifetime. I was there for 2.5 years. Gaining relationships, experience.
So how many people did you pull from Lifetime that came to
I had
CrossFit?
30 clients.
Oh, you did?
Yep, 30 clients. And then my partner at the time had family and friends. So we had 50 people
Start.
right when we opened.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because that was going to be the next thing that I was going to ask, is because like that's the scary part, is getting the clients to come in, right? Because you've obviously got just talking business, like there's obviously a break even number of clients that you have to have just to be able to keep the fucking doors open. Right. And then there's a point where you actually start making money and can pay yourself and everything else. And I'll be honest, I've been coming to the gym for years now. Love what you've done, love what you put together there, love the community that you've built, right? At the gym. But as a business owner, I stand in there and I fucking count and I think about the fucking rent, and I look at all of this and I'm like, dude, I can't figure out how the fuck to make money here.
Yeah, for sure.
Like I can't figure it out. Like I know it's there, and I know that you can, because like you're fine, you know, but like it's like a fucking restaurant.
Yes, the margins are small.
Right.
Small.
But you can still only fit so many fucking people in a gym.
Right. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Because you don't have the ability of like a big box gym where you can sell unlimited fucking memberships, because 3/4 of the people aren't going to fucking show up anyway. Right. And so once you've invested in the equipment, you're good for a decade or so. Right.
Right. Yeah. It's the model's different. So we need people to show up.
Right.
Right. That's what creates the culture, the atmosphere. And that's why people keep coming back, is because of the culture and the people that you see and the results that you get and the relationships that you create. And so that's where CrossFit gyms are typically more expensive. Right. So you're getting the personal training in a large group setting. You're getting the programming, the community. It's kind of like therapy as well for the mind. Right. I don't think people factor that in. I think the value that CrossFit gyms bring is worth $500 a month.
Yeah.
Because when you factor in nutrition help, the programming, the coaching, the people, the mental health, all of it, it's worth that.
They don't all do the nutrition help though.
Right. Correct.
Right.
Yeah. Some CrossFit gyms are, you come in, you do the class, and then they close the door right away.
Right.
So they're all different.
That was the one that we went to in Texas, because I thought that was weird when we went down there and started working out, and like we got done and they're fucking closing the doors, and I'm like, the fuck are you guys doing? Yeah, they kick you out and they're like, we'll be back in a few hours.
Yeah. Yep. Not all CrossFit gyms are created equal.
Right.
And so that's what's fun, is CrossFit HQ gives you the opportunity to handle the business however you want to.
Yeah.
But it's hard when you have different people coming from different CrossFit gyms. They're like, what are your rates? It's like, you want to just be able to answer those questions, but like, it's not apples to apples.
Right.
Right. They're all different.
Right.
It's where you have to work really hard to create that value.
How hard is CrossFit HQ to deal with?
It's not hard at all. You're an affiliation.
Yeah.
So you just pay a fee every single year. You got to show proof of insurance. It's very easy to start a CrossFit gym, but that's why they're inconsistent.
Right.
Because anybody could technically start a CrossFit gym. You just have to take a certification.
Yeah.
You have to pay for insurance, and it's one of the lowest barrier entries to start a gym.
Got it.
So that's,
but it's not a franchise.
No, not a franchise.
So you're not paying any fucking money to anybody or anything like that.
As it sits right now with the current ownership, it is not a franchise.
I mean, if they changed it, they couldn't change it for the people that already have it, could they?
Not sure on that. So right now, CrossFit HQ is up for sale, and there's a lot of talk right now. It just dropped yesterday. So this is breaking news that the new potential owner is an old owner for 24 Hour Fitness.
Oh, really?
So the business plan, whether it's real or not real, it could be total fake news. There's a 49-page business plan out. They're really close for signing the deal that it's more of a franchise model.
Oh.
And that would really affect what CrossFit affiliates will be doing.
Right.
Because CrossFit is so unique. It is for everyone, but not for everyone.
Yeah.
Because it's hard, right?
Which is that one of the reasons a few years back you guys kind of veered away from using the name?
Yeah.
You never lost the affiliation.
Right.
But you kind of veered away from the name. Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah. So 2014 to 2020, the sport of fitness was just on the rise, right? CrossFit Games was really growing. The sport of fitness was really growing. People really desired and wanted to learn, because there wasn't really functional movements in people's training and there wasn't intensity. So CrossFit really changed the game that's why you see High Rocks, all these sport events that are geared around fitness, all these companies like Whoop, Reebok, Nike, all these things are grown because of CrossFit and the sport of CrossFit. And so then we grew, or the sport of the fitness grew. So 2014 to 2020 were the good old days that people would describe. And then around 2020, our lease was up and we were growing out of our space. And there's this fear of CrossFit, right? Like it seems dangerous or scary or culty. And so as we grew, we also branched out our offers or services. So we were doing nutrition, personal training. We also had a sports performance program. We were training kids, large group, small group. So we didn't feel like we were strictly just CrossFit anymore. That was our bread and butter as a program, but we had all these other different programs. And we felt that by rebranding or changing our name to One Gym, spelled out ONE Gym, it's fit really well with being Omaha, Nebraska. It is a gym, not just specifically a CrossFit gym. And maybe if someone saw us on social media or search for gym in our area, they would see One Gym instead of seeing CrossFit and never click the website. Maybe they would actually click our website or give us a call or walk in because they wouldn't be afraid of the CrossFit name.
Was there a reason that you didn't make it like One Gym powered by CrossFit Elkhorn?
No, I don't think we thought of maybe the positives or the negatives of that.
Because wasn't it during that time when some wild ass shit fucking went down with CrossFit?
Right. So
what was that? Somebody fucking raped somebody or what the fuck happened?
The CEO, Greg Glassman at the time, he's no longer part of CrossFit HQ anymore, who developed it in 2003.
Yeah.
That was around Black Lives Matter with Floyd, right?
Yeah.
So he said, he tweeted something, Floyd 19 is like the COVID 19, and don't quote me on that. It was something very, it didn't look good. It was very bad.
Yeah.
Sort of like a racist type of.
Is that what it was? Why did I think there was some like other tomfoolery involved? We should look this up.
It was, he tweeted something out and then it like just blew up, and CrossFit's affiliates were dropping like crazy. These CrossFit Games athletes were starting to drop, and people were painting CrossFit off the wall. We didn't like jump and change or anything because we wanted the dust to settle. We had to maintain CrossFit and our affiliation, because as a business, you're like, slow down. You've made all of your decisions. Your identity is CrossFit. Right. And so when you remove that, what makes you different? Yeah. So there's still something about being a CrossFit affiliate that like just stands out and makes you different. Yeah. Than Joe Schmo's gym.
Did that affect you at all, that fallout?
It didn't.
No.
No, we had a few people and we made a statement. We had a few people that were very passionate about it and wanted to hear our direction. So we made it a statement, and just what CrossFit doesn't affect us. It doesn't, in terms of what we do and how we do it.
No, but a national fuck up snafu like that could discourage people from coming to your gym. Right. So that can affect you for sure. Yes. Right.
But the training method and what we do stays the same.
That stays the same.
So that's where we just made a statement, and what they do is not who we are. Right. In terms of their decisions, but our community, our coaching, our product, what we do as a fitness is consistent.
So obviously then, however many couple years later, you changed your name back to CrossFit Elkhorn, which I was personally happy with, even though I don't do the fucking classes. Yeah. But was there, I know there was a lot of reasons behind that, multiple reasons, but when you did it, did you have moments of regret that you did the change, or do you think that the change was still appropriate when you did it and it was just time to go back? Or what was your emotional roller coaster during that time?
The change to One Gym Elkhorn made sense at the time. Everything always makes sense at the time. Right. We moved to a newer location, 9,000 square feet. And then we had all this stuff going on, right? We have all these different coaches. Our gym grew. We had basically CrossFit's held in a specific space of our gym, and then we had another small group available space on this side of the gym. We had a cardio program, so we had all these different things going on. And then over the course of those 3 years, I had learned as a business how hard that is to maintain. Yeah. because really good coaches, specifically CrossFit, are very, very hard to find.
Yeah.
So we also grew very quickly, and it was almost like that death by success.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just like expensive. We weren't making more money in terms of profit margin. Yeah, we grew, but like that growth rate just covered our cost.
Right. And that's a really good fucking lesson, because there's a lot of people out there, whether you're in the roofing space or you're in the real, whatever space you're in, just because your revenue grows doesn't mean your fucking profit grows.
Correct.
Right. And a lot of people are like, I'm doing 10 million or 20 million or whatever. And it's like, what'd you take home, bitch? Like, at the end of the day, that's really what we care about from a financial aspect of it. If all we're talking about is what we brought in, now it's just a dick measuring contest.
Yes.
Right. And
Or how many members you have, right? That's
who
like
gives a fuck?
Right.
I mean, yeah, right. But if you're spending more than what you're bringing in, like, what's the point? Because at that point, it's a vanity metric.
Right.
Right. And so that's obviously a lesson that can be learned, is if you don't have the systems and processes dialed in to make sure that it is being profitable,
right,
then you're just spinning your fucking wheels, working exponentially harder for no return.
right.
Right. And that's, I assume, how you started to feel.
Yes. So like you grow, you get these people in, but then you start to see the churn. People are leaving. So it's like the definition of insanity, right? You're doing the same thing over and over, but you're not making any progress.
Right.
It's like 20 people come in and 20 people come out because, like you said.
And what caused the churn rate, do you think?
I think it was just one, we hired on a mentorship company, and that mentorship company was basically an ad agency, right? They did a really good job at blowing up your gym. And so we did that because we needed cash, right? And the reason why we needed cash is because at the time, my partner and I also branched out to another side business called One Gym Sports.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Yeah.
Right. So
Yeah.
this 9,000 square foot space expanded to 21,000 square feet.
Yes, it did.
Right. And so there was One Gym Elkhorn, which is the fitness side, One Gym Sports, which was another 12,000 square feet, which had basketball, baseball.
That you might regret.
That one I regret. I signed. That one. So like, yes,
That one we regret.
we learned a lot these last
Yeah.
2-3 years,
Yeah.
just being in this massive space, because now you're making decisions based off of money. You're not making decisions based off of who you are, your core values, what got you started in the thing.
Right.
That's what we lost,
Right.
because we were just focusing on money, and covering our bills.
Right. And you couldn't focus on things you wanted to.
Correct. And it wasn't the most important thing. So by 3 years later, a bunch of stuff happened, conversations happened, got rid of that sports business, killed that. And then I just cut a bunch of things that didn't really matter in terms of our growth.
Right.
What was most important. So I cut our sports program, because there's sports programs freaking everywhere.
Everywhere.
The churn on kids is just unbelievable.
Yeah.
So seasonal.
Yeah.
But what stays the most consistent is our adult fitness, nutrition, large group, small group. That's where we could actually see growth,
Yeah.
and we can keep clients. It's much easier.
And you can see impact.
And you can see impact. Yes.
Right.
Yep.
Like you can see changes in people.
Yes.
Right.
There's so much more buy-in, commitments, the relationships there.
Yes.
All that's there.
Yeah.
So 3 years learning, going through that, and just spinning my wheels and really not getting anywhere, right? Just working twice as hard for no more profit, no more margin. It took a toll on my family, it took a toll on me, and the members saw the change in me because it's stressful, right? And so we got rid of the kids program, the sports program, brought it down from 2 programs in 1 hour back to just CrossFit, right? And during that time, I had learned what an appropriate class size is, because we got as big as 40 people in 1 hour, which seems awesome, right? But then the membership experience still gets affected by that.
Sure.
The attention that you can provide, the amount of equipment, the logistics, right? CrossFit isn't like a yoga class where you just need a 3x6 mat,
Right.
You need a rower, a barbell, some bumpers, and you're going from one spot to a pull-up bar back. There's a lot more logistics that you have to plan for that. So I have found that that 15 to 25 is a really sweet spot that still provides a really good energy, good environment. A coach can coach that many people well, and it doesn't affect like the logistics part of it.
And that was something that you wrote down in the questionnaire too, was about how passionate you are about the coaching aspect of it.
Yes.
Because I will tell you, like, we've noticed that, right? Natalie and I have noticed the coaching aspect of it because we've been elsewhere, right? Like we went to a different CrossFit gym in Texas when we moved there for a couple of years. And they weren't bad.
Yeah.
But it wasn't the same. I went when I was out in Newport Beach with my buddy Brian Franco and Rabowski. I went to a gym out there and it was fine, right?
Right.
But it wasn't the same.
Yep.
And I think that for what you guys do too, because a lot of the movements that you guys have in class can be fucking dangerous.
They can.
Right? If you aren't being coached, if you just fucking show up
Right.
and go, yeah, I can do a snatch. You know what I mean? Like you can fucking hurt yourself if somebody isn't teaching you how to do it properly. Right.
Right.
And so for me, I think it's really important that there's people there that actually care about the group and aren't there. I think the term that you used was being a cheerleader or right. And just being like, yay, good fucking job. You know what I mean? Like there's got to be more to it than that. And the one thing I wanted to say was I wanted to commend you on that because you do a really good job at that. Right. And you've done a good job of bringing in coaches that do that as well. Right. Yeah. And I know that one of the hard parts for you is because, everybody wanted you to coach their class. Right. Because like you're passionate about it and you love doing it. Right. And you're really good at it, but like you can't coach all the fucking classes. Right. Like you can't do that as a business owner. Obviously you're still going to do it once in a while because I assume that you enjoy it.
Yes.
Right. And so like you want to be able to dip in there and whatever, but getting the buy-in from the people that you bring in to then do that, to make sure that they're facilitating the same culture that you want everybody to see, because that's why people are going to stay.
Yes.
Right?
Correct.
Talk about how you even do that, because finding coaches, A, has got to be hard. B, I know they're not getting rich fucking coaching.
Right.
Right? Like they're not making
You're not going to make a living just coaching classes.
No, right? But then to get them to be enthusiastic about something that they're not going to make a bunch of money doing, like what's that conversation look like? Like to me, that would be really hard.
Yeah, for sure. And most great coaches start as members.
Yeah.
Right. So I would say it's very common for CrossFit affiliates specifically to have coaches that coach 2, 3, 4 times a week because they love it. Right. Maybe they are at-home moms, or they have a flexible enough schedule to be able to allow themselves to coach 3, 4 times a week.
Is that something that CrossFit like teaches owners like to do?
No.
Okay.
It just kind of naturally
happens.
Because there's so much stuff that you do in CrossFit that you need that experience. It's not just like a bench press, a bench over. Like a lot of coaches can just coach those bodybuilding style workouts or powerlifting, right? But with CrossFit, you have to experience the pain cave, or understand what a 3-minute workout feels like. What's the expectation of a 3-minute workout, 10-minute workout, 20-minute, 30, 40-minute workout?
Right.
You have to kind of know that. So that takes a good 2-3 years to even fully understand it. But to get buy-in, to figure out who's the right people, well, typically what I start everyone off is you have to be a member at least for 3 months. Hire slow, fire fast. Yeah. Like that's just that type of belief with that. They got to make sure they're a good culture. They got to make sure that they fit well with the community. How are they talking to the members? How are they interacting with you? Are they consistent showing up to class?
Right.
Do they eat your sandwich? Right. Would they eat their own cooking type of thing? Right. So you got to make sure they're a good fit there. And then that process from there is they shadow you. So that shadowing process typically is, an hour, you're just following a coach. And then the next step from there is, can they move well? So I'm still coaching the class, but they are my movement demo. They're just getting comfortable with moving in front of a large group of people. Then that next phase from there is like, all right, let's have you lead this warm up. right? Then the next phase from there is
We call that the workout before the workout.
yes, the workout before the workout. Can you lead the group? Do you have the group management? Is your presence and attitude the way we want it to be? And then you're gonna lead into teaching. Can you teach these movements? And then you tie it all together. The intro, the first 3-4 minutes of the hours doesn't seem that important, but it is very important to be able to get people going on time, get them excited, go over the movements, go over the workout, and then start them on time.
Yeah.
Yep.
What do you say to people that are interested but intimidated to come in that door for the first time?
Yeah. I always try to explain to people in relatable things because the definition of CrossFit is kind of wordy, right? So in order to learn how to drive a car, you just start driving a car, right? And so I like to explain our age demographic. I'm like, we have 70-year-olds training with 30-year-olds, right? My mom, who had 5 knee surgeries, still do CrossFit. We have people that have had hip replacements and still do CrossFit. We've had all these different ages. I guarantee you we've seen it.
Yeah.
And just try to break down that barrier of like, these are everyday people just like you.
Yeah.
Like-minded people. They have struggles. They're busy families that just want to get fit and be healthy.
Yeah.
I try to relate with them as much as possible or find the people that relate with them.
So you brought up your mom. And so I know that she was like a huge cheerleader for you in everything that you were doing. Was she into CrossFit before you started? So she was a runner. That's right. And because you have a workout that's dedicated to your mom. And remind me what it is again.
My mom loved 10Ks. She passed away with ALS about 2.5 years into the business.
Got it.
After 2016-ish. But my mom she loved 10K runs. She loved doing kettlebell swings and burpees. So she died at 58 years old. So it's a 1-mile run, 58 kettlebell swings, a 2-mile run, 58 burpees, and a 3-mile run.
Oh, and she was 58. That's what you said. Yeah. Okay. Say it one more time.
A 1-mile run.
1-mile run.
And 58 kettlebell swings.
Yep.
And then a 2-mile run.
Yep.
58 burpees, and then a 3-mile run.
Fuck.
10K. Yeah.
I don't know if I've done that one.
It's just a lot of running.
It is.
You'll train for Murph, which running, but it's a full on.
When do we do that?
We do that one in August because she was a cross country coach.
Yeah.
So we always do it when school starts up.
Okay. Well, now that I've been running more,
yeah,
I might try and do it this year.
Yeah,
because I can do everything else. I think I might be able to do it this year because I can now run 3 miles. I couldn't do that before.
Yeah,
like at all.
Yeah.
So I think I might be able to. Do that.
Yeah,
this year. So, what was that? We're gonna get a little bit personal, but like, I lost my grandfather in 2015, who was like my best friend. Right. And that was really hard and really interesting how it changed how I saw the world, saw business, saw my responsibilities for my family, like for everything. Right. Like, how did that change you as a person and inside of your family and your business?
Yeah. Seeing my mom,
because you guys were really close.
Yeah. My mom and I are very similar in terms of our health and fitness. I grew up always going to my mom's cross-country practices. I would ride my bike. She always did 5K, 10K races, and my sister and I would go with her, and I would end up running these races. So yes, we were very, very close. We did mowing during the summer together, all these summer jobs, because she was a teacher, so she had the time to do it. But when I introduced CrossFit to her, I'm like, Mom, you got to do something different. You can't just keep running 6 miles every single time.
Right.
So it's starting to wear her out. Her knees, her Achilles and things like that. So it was really cool to be able to see that journey. Like, she could climb ropes. She loved to do the barbell movements. She just loved also being with people. She had 3 main goals. So when we first opened our gym, we used to have like journals, like actual physical journals you had to write in, like the warm-up, workout, things like that. We didn't have the technology like we did.
Yeah.
We do now. Her 3 main goals were do something different, be with other people, and support me. Right. And none of them were about her. Doing something different, being with other people. So seeing her go through that journey at 57 years old, like, it's cool. Right. And she had an injury with her Achilles. So she had a boot on her leg, and she would still climb ropes. So it just really opened my eyes, like, hey, this is doable for anybody.
Right.
And then when she got sick with ALS, and eventually with ALS, your body just deteriorates, right? But she still showed up to the gym as long as she could, even if it was in a wheelchair.
Was that fast? Let's take a second and let me tell you about SMA Support Services. We use SMA Support Services in our company. We have a multitude of virtual assistants that are all managed by people at SMA. They make sure that all your people are on task and doing the work they need to do so that you can be doing the things that are revenue producing for your business. If you don't know about SMA Support Services and you don't have any virtual assistants inside of your company, you need to check out SMA Support Services.
It was very fast. It started with her shoulder. She couldn't lift her arm up over her head.
Yeah.
And it was pain first, and then she couldn't lift it. And it took a while to figure out what it was, probably 4 months to figure out, like, hey, this is ALS. And then after that, I think the disease and the mental part of her knowing that she can't be active anymore is what took her.
Really?
Yeah. And sometimes ALS it will be 2 to 5 years, depending on how fast, but it was so fast for her.
Really?
Within a year.
Really? It was within a year.
Yeah, within a year.
And what year did she pass?
She was in 2016.
2016.
My son was born, and he was about 9 months old. So
That was right about when I met you, right?
yeah, yeah,
Because I don't think I ever met your mom.
yeah. I think that's right.
Yeah. Holy shit. Yeah, that's absolutely.
You did do my mom's workout.
I didn't run 3 fucking miles.
Well, you did the workout. I remember because
I did because I have a shirt.
Yes, and
I must have rode or something.
yeah, like bike row comedy.
Yeah.
Because I remember it was within a couple years, and probably 5 years of explaining the workout to everyone. I was always bawling.
Yes.
So
I was there for that.
You were there for that one.
Yes.
And I was like crying, right? Trying to explain this workout. And then to get over the hump, I was like, does anybody have any questions with the running workout, with the route? And I just remember you laughing like really hardcore. Like, there it is. He got over the hump. Like, because there's this moment of silence of me just bawling, not making any progress.
Yeah.
Does anybody have a question on the route? So
That's hilarious.
You did.
I did do it. Yeah. I definitely rode though. But yeah, but I want to like do the actual fucking workout to like actually do it.
But just seeing her, to answer your question, seeing her go through that process of being sick and still doing it, and being a hardcore runner and changing, like, that was inspiring to people. And she was also one of the most kind people there if you came in, and she would quickly get to know you. So now we have every year we do an award called the Trevor Baxter Award. And we give it to a community member who represents what my mom was for our community. So
who won it last year?
It would have been, who was it?
Because it wasn't fucking me, everybody.
It wasn't you. Who won it last year? Oh, Amanda Allen.
Oh, okay.
No,
Okay.
Amanda won.
That's awesome. I love that. I love that you do that. I love doing things that make sure that people remember the people that impacted us the most.
Yes.
Right. Like I try to do that with my grandpa, as well. And it's just, it's very easy to, I don't want to say forget, right? Because that's the wrong word, but it's very easy to like get busy with everything else that we have going on. And then all of a sudden a couple of years go by, you know what I mean? And we haven't acknowledged that past and that history and the things and the people that got us where we are. And literally a decade can go by and you don't realize it. You know what I mean? And I think it's important to like have those things in place.
Well, I think that goes back to why we rebranded back to CrossFit Elkhorn.
Okay.
Right. So like we downsized the space, went from 9,000 just over 6,000, and getting back to our roots on like, this is what we do and let's be really good at it. Instead of just like trying to do all these things for all these people and be okay at it.
And I feel like you got good feedback from that.
Yes.
Agreed.
Yeah. It's messy when you're in that transition.
Yeah.
Nobody likes change.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've restructured the whole space. It's now maximizing our space. So now you're saving money.
Yeah.
To your point about margin.
Yeah.
Right. So that's important. We were able to, because Elkhorn real estate is not cheap, right?
Right.
It just gets more and more expensive. So getting back to that and just focusing on CrossFit, our bread and butter.
Yeah.
Like that was really good. Just like you described. I'm glad you went back to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
I liked it. So this question isn't to like go down a rabbit hole and like be shitty or anything like that. There's people watching that are in business, right? And I can't relate to this, but a lot of people can. And I'm curious because you went through when you started, did you have one partner or two?
One partner.
Okay. And then recently that partnership ended. I don't know what it's like to have a partner. I've in any business that I've ever started, and I've started multiple businesses, I've never had somebody that I had to share responsibility with.
Yeah.
For lack of a better explanation, if something goes wrong, have that feeling of blaming the other person,
Yeah.
right? Or them blaming you, you're me, for something else. Like at the end of the day, everything falls on me.
Yeah.
Right. What was it like mentally for you when you had to go through that progression of ending that relationship? Like how hard was that, for you mentally to be able to do that and dealing with all of the people in the gym too that were seeing it?
Yeah. It was terrible.
Yeah.
I freaking hated it.
Yeah.
So you probably know this about me. Listeners don't. Conflict. I hate it.
Yeah.
And so that's really, really difficult when you are a business owner, boss, having a partner. It's much more natural for me to not say anything and just do the work.
Yeah.
So the first 2 years, yes, I had a partner starting out, but I was on my own. We just couldn't afford both of us, right? I was doing all the classes, all the work. He was doing his other job, which the goal was to get him over as quickly as possible, which took about 18, 24 months to make that happen. So from year 2 to year 7 or 8, we were doing it right together. So things were great. And we were so different in terms of our personality. And I think that's why we got as far as we did. But in order for us to continue to grow, we had to, because we were so different, that was going to keep us from growing. Right. So when I had been thinking about this for a good 2-3 years, like, do I have this conversation? Because there had been small signs leading up to that point of us like kind of going different paths, different directions. And what I had felt I was doing all the work. Right. So talking about it, with other people, and like I finally had the courage to be like, hey, I think we need to separate. And we had set up the partnership that I was 51% and he's 49%. So I had the majority of the ownership. So having that conversation was really hard, obviously. My partner is he lives off his emotions. He's more of a high and low type of guy. I'm more of the steady state guy. But having that conflict conversation was really difficult. I felt like I was the bad guy in terms of the community, because it probably looked like that Trevor's just pushing out his partner and he doesn't care about this, that, and the other. And so that was really difficult for me, this perception of that I was the bad guy. I was money hungry. I was making all these decisions, only caring about growth and money and blah, blah, blah. So that was not fun.
What would you do differently if you had to do it over again?
The thing that I think when it came to answering that question was I would try to be okay with having the hard conversation sooner and delegating sooner.
Okay.
So like, again, it was much natural for me to avoid a hard conversation and do the work.
Right.
So I want to take some partial blame for the separation, because
so maybe we kind of ignored things as they were going on because you didn't want to have the conflict, and you didn't, and it was like, it'll work out.
Yes.
Like we'll figure it out as we go and whatever. Like, and I think that's super relatable to a lot of people, right? Like it's very easy to kind of just put a bag over our head and just be like, just plow forward, right? Like if I work harder, it'll just work itself out.
Correct. Yes.
Right.
If I just do more personal training clients, we'll make enough money to afford my partner and my employees.
Right.
So I did that a lot early on, because I started that our business at 24 years old.
Right.
I was really young.
Right.
So I didn't everything was always the first exposure.
Yeah.
And again, it was much more natural for me to just continue to work harder.
Right.
But then that caught up to me.
Yeah.
It caught up to my family, and it was too late. And so by the time I started having these hard conversations, it just didn't go well.
So to your point of what you said though, is that you feel like you had the perception that people looked at you as the bad guy,
Yeah.
or did you feel like the bad guy?
I didn't feel like I was the bad guy.
Okay.
I just knew that words and rumors were happening,
Yep.
or I put that in my thoughts.
Yeah.
That rumors were happening. That's because at that time, again, we had signed up for this mentorship program.
Right.
And this mentorship program was basically an ad agency where they just blow up your gym. And we had like 20, 30 people joining.
Got it.
And then what happened with that fast growth is the focus was on growing these new members.
Mm-hmm.
The OG members felt disconnected.
Yeah.
So I had learned,
I do kind of remember that. Yeah.
learned during that phase that if you don't get your OG members, the people that have been with you 3, 4, 5, 6+ years, involved in the growth,
Right.
it creates disconnect.
Right. So where I was going with that is the communication side of it.
Yes.
Right. And like being okay. It doesn't mean you're talking shit or you're whatever, but like having the conversations, not only the hard conversations that you're having with the person that you're trying to figure out what you guys are doing as a business, right? But having the uncomfortable conversations with the people that are directly affected by it as well, right? Because again, I do know you well enough that I know that that's not a thing that you love doing, whether it's a matter of I don't want to, or it's a matter of I shouldn't fucking have to, because we all have that, feeling of like, I shouldn't have to justify my fucking self to you. You know what I mean? Like, but at the end of the day, we do.
Yeah.
Right. Because they're the people that are putting the fucking bread on our table.
Yes.
As well. And because I have to do it here with staff, right? If I'm making big changes, right? Like to your point, I have to get the buy-in, right? And to your point, like if you got to get the OG members to buy in to the growth,
Yes.
right? Or at least have the conversations of like, okay, this is happening.
Yeah.
This is why.
Yep.
Because you're right. I mean, there was all kinds of fucking chit chat, fucking bullshit, you know what I mean, going on behind the scenes. And that isn't a unique situation to you
Yeah.
or to the business, right? Like that's every fucking business and partnership in the world, when something goes awry, right? Or something has to change or whatever it is. And so that was kind of where I was trying to lead is like, is that something that you think that you would, if that you would have done differently?
Yeah.
Is figure out how to have those conversations.
Yeah.
Better.
Yes, for sure. Yeah. And then again, it's avoidance, right? I had to avoid
Yeah.
those. And so I do take blame for how it all went down, because the moment I finally was like, I'm going to do this, I tend to be like blinders. This is where I'm going.
Yeah.
Because I get really focused. And so it can look like I don't care.
Right.
But like I'm so focused on the task. Like that
Right.
was my task. And
the reason that you did all of the things that you did is because of how much you care.
yes.
And that's
100%.
and that's what some people couldn't see,
Yes.
right? Because we all live in our own little fucking world and we make up our own fucking stories in our head if we're not getting the information that we need to get,
Right.
right? And that happens not only with members at a gym, but employees at a organization, right? Like you start getting fucking chitter chatter, and if you're not addressing all of those things with those people, then all of a sudden 6 months down the road, because it hasn't been discussed, it hasn't been talked about, it hasn't been whatever, all of a sudden you wake up one day and everybody's gone, right? Like that happens with employees all the fucking time, right? And so I know the frustration level, and I know that it's like you almost need to have like your own like mouthpiece person for you.
That's my wife.
Right. Like you have,
she can take the things that I'm trying to articulate, because
yep.
I have always felt that I've struggled with communication, not because of like I don't tell people or talk to people. It's more of like I don't know how to tell you how I feel. And it's really hard for me to find those words to
Interesting.
tell you how I feel. So that's where if I'm doing a team meeting,
Yeah.
Now that we have a new team, we meet every single week and we have new core values and mission and vision and all that stuff is set. I have to literally put everything in a spreadsheet, not a spreadsheet, but like more of a PowerPoint presentation because I'm not very quick with my thoughts.
Okay.
I have to plan things out.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, smart.
Yeah. And so that's where if I were to redo it all over again, it would be those conversations, learning how to, maybe I should have typed it all out and read it to you or something like that.
Right.
Or had those hard conversations sooner on.
Yeah, that's fair. I felt bad for you during all of that because I knew your personality and I knew how hard it was for you to go through all of that. Right. And again, I think that the only reason that I brought it up was because I know how many people watching can relate.
Yeah.
Can relate to that. Because it's just, we all go through it. Right. I just don't, because I don't fucking trust anybody enough to fucking bring them in.
Yeah.
Like I'll figure out how to go get the fucking money so that I don't have to have a fucking partner anymore.
Yeah.
But I mean, I couldn't do that back in the day. Right. But like you can do it now. Right.
Yeah.
I like this question that we write on here. What's one thing you wish people knew about you that they probably don't? And if you don't remember, I can refresh your memory, but
yeah, I don't remember.
So he said, from the outside, people probably assume I'm very serious, strict, and always living a perfect, healthy lifestyle. Yes. And then go on with that. It says, but as you've gotten older, you found a lot of joy in accomplishing things alongside a group of like-minded people.
Yes. Yeah.
And so, and meaning that you didn't before.
Yeah. So again, it was much easier for me to be an individual.
Yeah.
And do the work. Right. I was always like, Trevor's serious. Like the joke that you were driving by, this is back at our old space, and you were driving on the streets right in front of our gym, and I was parked in the back going to the gym, and you had honked or something like that. And I didn't acknowledge you because you're like, there's Trevor. Nope, there's the fucking door. Like Trevor's going to the door. There's nothing else that exists.
Right.
So it was even when I was in college, like I'd rather do individual projects than team projects. Right. I hated relying on a team. And then now that I've gotten older and done this business for a long time, family, like now I need people. I need my team. I need people. I like doing other things with other people.
Interesting. So when did that change?
When I realized that I can't do this by myself.
Okay. And then you reluctantly did it and then embraced it later.
Right.
Would that be accurate?
Yeah, it's like we had to fresh start, get rid of with the changes all we had in the business.
Because during that time you had a lot of staff change too.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
And because it
fell out.
Yeah.
Change, and we had to bring in new coaches, and I just knew I couldn't keep doing this on my own.
Right.
And I do like to have a lot of fun. Like I do like to go out and eat those cheat meals, right?
Yeah.
Like you do your ice cream with Tegan every single week. Like I don't have this perfect lifestyle. Right. I think it's very common for people to assume that you're just a robot. And I may look like this perfect robot life, but I actually love having fun. I like to do things with other people. I used to not be that way. I used to be like, no, I'd rather do all this stuff by myself. Now I've learned how to embrace delegation and developing other people and doing things with like-minded people.
I've never asked this question before. What is your perfect day? If you could invent your perfect day, what would it be?
How detailed?
Sun up to sundown.
Yeah. So when I get up, I like early mornings. I don't necessarily like working out first thing in the morning. I like slow mornings. So getting up 5:30, 6 o'clock ish, journaling. I love journaling. I love faith, reading about faith. So I'll do all my prayer stuff. I like drinking coffee slowly, having breakfast, taking the kids to school or doing a little bit with them. Typically my workout time is a couple hours after I eat breakfast. So I love that.
And again, this is your perfect day.
Yeah, my perfect
This isn't
day.
just what you do today.
Nope.
This is your perfect day. Okay. Okay.
I have to achieve something every single day.
Okay.
Right? Like I love watching movies, which we'll get there, but I feel like I have to earn that. right? So breakfast, hang out, work out about noon. Love that time frame. Get some maybe stuff done around the house, because again, I don't want to just sit and watch TV. I like to feel like I'm staying busy, whether that's walking with Sarah, doing something with the kids in the afternoon, getting ready to cook. While supper's being made, I like to do mobility.
Yes.
So that's when I do my stretching, soft tissue work.
Fucking
It's
nerd.
like
Yeah.
my now downtime, right?
Yeah.
Or if I'm going to watch a movie, that's when I really enjoy doing that. Have dinner and maybe watch some more TV at night. And then
So you can't just watch a movie. You have to be doing mobility.
I have to earn it.
You have to earn it. And what do you have to do to earn it?
I have to accomplish something.
Okay.
Right. So if I feel like I've worked, like even on vacations are one of the hardest things for me because you just chill.
Yeah.
But I feel like I have to accomplish something that day. So in order, I have to check the box, or like I worked out today. Right.
Okay.
My mom was very similar. Right.
Really?
So it's like, okay, I worked out today. At least I can eat this because I worked out today. I'm not saying it's a healthy way of doing it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the point is making an achievement. So that is a perfect day for me.
So yeah, I bet you are a lot of fun on vacation.
Yeah, I can be. I think I am a lot of fun.
Are you able to detach when you go on vacation?
No, it's always going. My
Yeah.
brain, it's always going.
Do you wish you could?
I wish I could. I have to work really hard. I have to be very intentional to not like let my thoughts. I just need to be in the moment.
Yeah.
It's gotten better
Yeah.
as I've gotten older.
Yeah.
Especially now that I have a team. But before, I did it all.
Right.
So for so many years, when I kept doing it all and I didn't delegate, train people up, it was constantly like worry of like, this isn't getting done, or I'm going to have all this work to come back to. But now that we have a team and everyone has roles and responsibilities within the team and their strengths, I don't have to worry about that as much.
I'm going to give you a challenge. The next time you go on vacation, when's your next vacation?
Usually we take one in February to Arizona.
Okay. How many days?
Usually it's 5 days.
5 days. Okay. I'm going to give you a challenge, and you don't have to do it on the first day, because first day is always hard when you're on vacation, right? Because like you haven't disconnected yet. 2 days in a row, I want you to turn your phone off for the whole day,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And fucking put it away. Like Sarah can have her phone, so if there's an emergency and somebody dies or fucking falls off a building or something, somebody can reach Sarah, right?
Yeah.
But see if you can turn your phone off for 2 days
Yeah.
to disconnect and like just be there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it'd be a good test maybe,
Yeah.
you know, for you. Like could be fun. Like you'll probably want to fucking jump off a bridge on day one.
Yeah.
But what I'd be interested to hear from you is what day 2 felt like once you got through day 1, because day 1 will be a struggle, right? It's hard for me to do it as well, right? But I'd be curious to see, because you know that nothing bad is going to really happen, right? Like, you know that you're intelligent. I'd be curious to see your anxiety level from day 1 to day 2.
Yeah.
Right. And like, and if you have this like epiphany on day 2 of like, oh, everything is okay.
Yeah.
Right. I can do this thing that I want to do. You know what I mean? Because you said that you want to be able to do that. Right.
Yeah. And I value it too.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, it's important.
It's very important.
You know, it's important to be able to detach and do that, because I'll tell you, when I go on vacation, I mean, you know, I travel a lot. Right. And some of them are vacation, some of them work and, you know, whatever. But when I'm gone, I come up with more fucking good ideas to be able to implement, whether it's into my life or into my business, than I do when I'm in it.
I do agree with you on that.
Yeah.
I know to separate. And that's where I don't go to work on Tuesdays.
Oh, okay.
So Tuesday's my day where I just stay home.
Oh, okay.
Because at the gym, it's so social, right? When you're
Right.
in front of people, you're coaching, you're talking, you're
Yep.
relationship building, you're talking to coaches, developing. And then I have at least 1, maybe 2 days where I'm just at home where I can be quiet.
So what do you do on Tuesdays?
That's kind of like my perfect day where I
Okay.
early. I like to journal.
So that's your day.
Slow morning.
Okay.
Take the kids to school. I'll have my breakfast, work out around the noon hour.
Does it recharge you?
It does.
It does.
Yep, it helps
So like you're able to come back fresh
And it
on
makes me
Wednesday.
feel prepared for the rest of the week.
Got it.
Yep.
Got it. Okay. Let's see if there's anything else. Oh, I like this one. What's something you see differently than most people in your industry? Nope,
So about-
nope. Lexi, cut that. Lexi, cut that out. We already answered that question.
Okay.
We already
I
answered
thought it
that.
was the movement one, wasn't it?
Yeah, we already answered that. I think we've almost went through all this just on accident. Oh, I like this. We'll close with this one. Lexi, edit this well. When do you feel most like yourself? And when do you feel the opposite?
Well, the gym environment, I'm definitely super comfortable with,
Yeah.
right?
And that was
So
what he said.
those are the things that I feel like I'm in control of.
Yep.
For whatever reason, being in the gym environment, I feel so comfortable with. The outside of that, where I feel like I'm not in control, I'm very reserved and quiet.
Mm-hmm.
And so I do recognize that about myself, and I wish I was better at that, because I know, like, going back to what do people don't know about you?
Yeah.
I think I'm very outgoing, very fun. I like to dance. I like to have fun. But like if I'm in a family gathering that I don't see people as often, you know, like I'm ready to go to my grandma's and it's a Christmas gathering that I see once a year, like that environment I'm not very comfortable with. If I'm not around people that I'm with, like you guys, almost every single day in the gym atmosphere, like I can take that environment because I know you and you know me outside the gym too. Like I know how to have fun outside the gym, but it's just, if I don't feel like that trust or control is there, I have a hard time branching out.
So, and I will tell you, so like, and people look at me, like I do this fucking show and I do speaking, I do all this other bullshit, and people just assume that I'm always a loud extrovert type of person, right? And I'm the opposite. I'm a very I'm 100% an introverted individual, right? I don't exude that, and people don't see that side of me. I did an episode a long time ago, and literally the name of the episode was Trained Extrovert. So like, I feel like I'm a trained extrovert. I have to I had to work at it to be able to do the things that I want to be able to do. But like, I absolutely fucking despise large groups of people. I hate, I get fucking anxious and like don't want to be around it, and like it's uncomfortable for me, like very much so. Now that being said, I can stand on a stage with fucking 5,000 people out there, and that doesn't bother me whatsoever.
I think it's because the control part.
Because in my mind, I'm talking to one person.
Yep.
Right. And I don't have 5,000 people trying to talk to me.
Right.
Right. Now, when I get done and I have to come off of that stage and everybody fucking wants to come have a piece of me, that's when I start fucking, I'm like, right. And I'm like, I got 20 minutes of this. And like, and then I literally have to go to my room somewhere, if I'm at a hotel or whatever it is, and like decompress for like 30 minutes to an hour to like recharge by myself. Right.
Yep.
And so the point of me saying all of that is all of that can be a learned behavior so that you can do all those things that you want to be able to do, and so that it doesn't completely fucking drain you.
Yeah.
Right. Because you know how to recharge, right? Like, you know that about yourself, and that you know how to recharge, and then being okay with it as well. Right. Because we always beat ourselves up on the things that we think we're not good at, instead of focusing on the things that we are really fucking good at, so that we can double down on those. We tend to focus on everything that we're not good at and feel like we have to fix all of those things. And sometimes we don't. Sometimes we just have to accept, this isn't what I'm fucking good at. That's okay. I don't have to be great at fucking everything. Right. Like, it doesn't mean we don't strive to be better. Right. And we look at ourselves in the mirror and, you know, like, see what we can do to be able to facilitate that. But if we can focus less on our weaknesses and focus more on our strengths, so that we can become even better at that thing, I think that we can do so much more. Right. In life.
For sure. And I think that's where I enjoy when it comes to the gym setting, I like very similar to you. You can speak to 5,000 people.
Yeah.
I love having a impact on a lot of people at once.
Yeah.
What ends up draining me is like the deep conversations one-on-one. That's where I tend to get tired.
Yeah.
You know, if I were to go after class and then spend an extra 15, 20, 30 minutes, that one-on-one time is very, very.
And then you look like a dick because you're trying to get out of
You're
it.
trying to get out of it. Right. Yep. And
That's the hard part.
And it's maybe because I look at every conversation as like, am I supposed to like create impact?
Yeah.
Right. And sometimes I feel like, oh, I'm sorry, I don't have the answer for you.
Right.
Because I didn't create this sort of impact. But sometimes you just got to listen because that's what people want you to do.
Most of the time, that's all they want. Because most times people just want to hear themselves fucking talk anyway. They don't really care what you have to fucking say.
Yeah.
In general, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm not saying that about
Yeah.
you, but just in general, like people just want to hear their own fucking voice a lot of the time. So, so this has been awesome. Thank you for being here. The way that I end all of my episodes is I always know that there's something that we started on and then we went down a rabbit hole and we missed something, or a lot of times I'll have a guest that has come in and had something in the back of their mind of like, I want to make sure I fucking talk about this, and then I don't bring it up. So I always give the guest the last few minutes at the end of the show to either close a thought that they had that we didn't close properly, or bring something up that they wanted to bring up that I forgot to make sure that the audience gets whatever it was that you wanted to make sure that they got.
Yeah. Man, it's a good question. When it comes to like health and fitness in general, that's kind of how you open up the podcast.
Yeah.
People just need to start doing something. Stop making excuses, even if it's just like one habit at a time, right? That's what we teach our members all the time. Like maybe it's not CrossFit, maybe it's something completely different, but like get up and do something and then go and achieve something and stop making excuses, right? Like whether it's a CrossFit gym, F45 Orange Theory, like just go and do something.
Yeah.
And I think people will be very surprised if they start taking action and just stop thinking about it, how far, like just think if you would have started when you first were thinking about it, how far you would be right now.
Right.
Today,
Right.
if you just started that thing that was 3 months ago.
Yeah. Starting is the hardest thing in the world to do. Doing the thing isn't that difficult. Starting it is the hardest thing. It's putting on your fucking shoes in the morning and being like, I'm going.
Yeah.
Right. That's the hard part. And I think that to wrap up though, that's the power of a community.
Correct.
That is the power of going to a place like a CrossFit gym or something that's group related, or even our small group, right? Like that was the reason that we brought that up whenever we did, was we wanted to have somebody or a group of people that were going to hold us accountable to doing the thing that we said that we were going to do, right? Yeah. And if you're just the guy or the gal that fucking makes up their own workout and shows up to fucking 24-hour fitness every once in a while and says, well, today I'm doing bench, and fucking shows up and maybe I'm doing squats tomorrow, and it's like, well, I don't really fucking feel like doing squats because nobody fucking likes doing squats, so I'm not going to do that today, right? Like that, those are the people that don't generally succeed in the plight that they're trying to achieve, right? But when you have a group of people that if you don't show up, they're going to be like, hey, fucker, where you at?
Yeah.
Like, what happened to you?
Yep.
That makes it even, I don't want to call it easier, but easier to show up, right? Because you know that you're going to get called out if you don't. And so my challenge to everybody watching is like, if this is something that you're serious about, if your health, if you actually give a fuck about your health, if you give a shit about your wellness, about living a longer life, about being able to play with your fucking kids as they grow up and like have mobility and have functional, like, life or whatever, find a group somewhere that will hold you accountable to doing the things that you say you want to do.
For sure.
Right? Because that is That's truly how you get through this thing that we call life, right? We can't do it all by ourselves, right? To your point, like we can't do it all by ourselves. And once we accept that and we accept the hand of accountability from other humans, now we can achieve all kinds of shit. So challenge to anybody watching this of like, I don't have time. Fuck you. You have an hour.
Yes.
There's nothing I hate more than I don't have time. You have fucking time. You're just not choosing for it to be important.
Yes.
And so if you're going to make a choice and say, no, this is important. I want to be healthy. I want to be fit. I don't want to eat like a fucking asshole all the time. Right? I don't want to have health problems. I don't want to have all these things. Then make a choice and then find a group.
Yes.
Find a group of people that are, again, like-minded and are going down the same path.
Yes.
Right? Because it's the old adage, right? It's who you surround yourself with. And if you surround yourself with 5 other fucking fat slobs, you're going to be the 6th fat slob.
Yeah.
And if you surround yourself with 5 other fit people that give a fuck about their health, you will eventually become that person.
Yes.
Right? It's why if you've noticed, it's why attractive people are always around attractive people.
Yeah.
It just is, right? It's life. So anyway, thank you for coming. Thank you for taking the time. We broke an hour. And so the rule is always, if we break an hour, it was good.
Oh, sweet.
Yes.
Good.
If it's sub 45 minutes, I had to cut it short because it was shit. So everybody, thank you for tuning in. Trevor, thank you for being here. I really appreciate you. If you didn't get anything out of this, you're a fucking twat, because we got a ton of value here. I want to say thank you to our sponsors. Thank you to SMA Support Services. You guys are the fucking best. Thank you to all of you watching, subscribing, do all the fucking likes and shares and all that kind of stuff. If you got anything out of this, like, share, subscribe, do all the things. And remember, everybody, at the end of the day, all we really have to do is be authentic or get the fuck out.
Get the fuck out if you can't be authentic. Get the fuck out if you can't be authentic.